In a matter of 4 weeks, I've just seen a lot of properties being withdrawn from sale. I see a lot of properties sold prior, and I'm definitely seeing that agents are scrambling to put deals together because there's less buyers than when I left a month ago.
And so what's the big change? Because obviously you work in, especially where you auction, you work in a market where it's blue chip, $1 million properties, and there's always a bar for those kind of properties. But are you seeing that nationwide or specifically in your area as well?
So I'm seeing it specifically as an auctioneer, Tom Panos, in Sydney, inner city in the west. But in my role at News Corp, heading real estate, I've actually checked in with all the key stakeholders across the country, and that's the case. This is actually happening all over. Perth was always struggling. Perth was always languishing, and there's other, areas like Townsville that were struggling for years. But now we're seeing this Sydney, Melbourne, to a less extent Brisbane. I'm just seeing that there is less buyers, and I'm seeing record numbers of properties on the market for winter. Like last week, over 1,000 auctions in Melbourne in June and 750, I think, in Sydney. This is purely a case of having vendors that are rushing to the market thinking, have we missed the top of the marketplace? So you're seeing a double-pronged approach to what's dampening what I think prices, and that is less buyers and this excess properties coming on the market. My advice, guys, to your clients, to anyone that's watching here, if you're a prospective seller, I'd be rushing to come onto the market now, because at least there's less properties on the market in winter. If you come onto the market in September, October, I think that you're going to be on the market in competition, not in isolation. And I think that that's going to be negative towards property. So I'm advising all prospective sellers who are thinking about selling in spring, come on in July, August.
Tom, obviously if some people are thinking about putting their property on the market, you think the advice is do it sooner rather than later?
My advice to any vendor that has got a property that is thinking about putting it on the market, right now we know that there is some residual leftover buyers who have most likely sold their property earlier on this year and they're looking to buy. These people are there. I don't know if those people are going to be there in the future. I don't know how many buyers are going to be there in the future, but what I do know is that come spring, September, there's a glut of property on the market. They're going to be on the market against all these other properties. We don't know what the economic factors are going to be like. I would suggest the conservative, smart, intelligent thing to do is to see if you can actually nab a buyer right now, next 2-3 months. Talk to an agent, even if it's a phase one approach where you say to the agent, hey, listen, I want to sell. Let's not make it a big deal. Tell me, have you got a buyer in this price category? And see if you can get a deal done. And you might be one of these lucky people that sells now, and then you've got an abundance of property to look for to buy when there's more to pick from. Because what do they say? Buy when there's a lot of supply and sell when there's not a lot of supply.